Oh wow, hi guys, sorry I was getting a drink. Alright, this is your pick your card. I'm doing a video because it's faster, to be frank. Alright, so I hope you guys are having a lovely day. I like the receiving part of this. I know the last pick your card wasn't as positive, but I mean that's what the energies come out. Can't sugarcoat everything. Alright, so this is for number 1. I'm going to be doing these two. Alright, so if you pick number 1, what are they receiving? Celebration. You have 3, so you could be seeing 3s everywhere. So you have the 3 of Wands, 3 of Cups, and I'm going to take the bottom. So you have the 8 of Pentacles. So there's going to be a change in work, a change of connection in a relationship, and it's positive. You have something that's something that wasn't grounding before is not going to be grounded now. So maybe some of you are trying to recapture the spark in a romance, and now it's actually coming through. There's something actually blooming in this because you actually have something you worked on. So it could have been a long-term commitment, and this is actually, now you see the flower right there. This is something that you've had romance before, and now you're trying to rekindle it recently, and that's what the celebration is going out, really establishing old memories. I don't know why that's popping up. Old memories, something that's very fruitful is about to develop. It's like the new level of that romance. You also have a message coming in. So some of you could be receiving a message about work, a promotion. It could also be a message from your angels and guides about what your next steps to your life purpose is. But there is a message coming in, and it's a positive message. A lot of you are going to get establishment of healing from your divine masculine if you have a twin flame connection, soulmate, etc. There was some healing in the past that needed to be done, and it's being complete. You're gaining clarity on the situation, so congratulations. And you're gaining more control and power into yourself and your emotions about that journey. So beautiful. Let's get one more card for pick. So I see new promotion, new job opportunities. I see messages. I see dates. I see rekindling of an old romance. And for new romances, it could be someone who, very earthy, Taurus specifically, but someone who is grounded. Oh, beautiful. On the bottom of the deck is 4 of Wands, which we know is happy times, marriage, celebration, etc. So this is someone coming in much more stable. If they were old, if they were someone who you've dealt with and they weren't the best, they're coming back as a changed man or woman. Take that as it resonates. And someone who's going to be more grounded, or you're going to be more grounded, and you're going to be wearing the fruits of your labor. So some of you may go, sounds very minute, but some of you may go shopping and really splurge on yourself, and it's well deserved. All right, let's go with angel answers for group 1 with anything here. Okay. I love the bottom of the deck. Big happy changes. All right. And a new direction. So this kind of reminds me of the 2 of Wands. So it's a step-by-step process of choosing where you want to go when it comes to job opportunities. So some of you may have opportunities. There also could be a different life purpose, different things that revolve into one life purpose. And you just have to choose the direction of what you want to go through. There's also a form of healing you would have to take a different direction on. If you thought writing it out during like a full moon, for example, was helping, and now you find that it's not, maybe a cleansing bath ritual would actually help you out. I'll say that's kind of new direction. Some of this is minor, some of it is major. You take what resonates with you. And you have big happy changes in the bottom of the deck. That is beautiful. And I want to leave us any questions that you guys had. So any questions that you might think of it, this was the answer. is yes. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to do group 2. All right. Future number 2. Maybe having some anxiousness, heart palpitations, it's clearing out. Okay. Number 2, headaches. So when you're starting a new diet or lowering your caffeine. Number 2, what are they receiving? I'm not taking these, but I will take these. An increase in your intuition. Balance. I like that. Success. Balance again. Followed by the deck card. Healing. All right. Yes. Okay. Perfect. So what popped out, 2 that popped out, Queen of Cups and the 2 of Swords. Now this is someone who questioned intuition, who questioned their abilities on following what they believe. This is someone that's not going to take a leap of faith. Is going to take an opportunity based off their intuition. So that's beautiful. A lot of people sometimes see the 2 of Swords as negative, but really in this case what I'm feeling, especially when the next card was the 6 of Wands, I see it as something more of success. So whatever you're at a crossroads with, the decision you have to make, whatever the choice is that you're choosing from your heart is going to be successful. And for some of you, it could result in an ending of a situation. And I pulled this guy from the top. So some of you could actually be ending a marriage. Some of you could be ending a part in a relationship that was difficult. And you're starting a new part of the relationship, something new and growing. So if you stumbled a lot in this marriage and then you decided to give it a shot again, that could be it. Or you could define you both have settled and decided to separate. So take what resonates here. That I will not choose for you. Only you can choose that. And that is for a very select few that pops out. So, but there's movement. Once you make this decision, there's a movement, there's a change. And I'll focus on the sun. It's brighter things to come. So don't be scared. You're very well protected. Know that. You're very well protected. And you have a very firm foundation. So whatever choice is yours. And this creates a balance. You have 2 balancing cards. As you see, Temperance is about balancing. And you have a 6 of Pentacles. So right now, things are leveling out. The work that you've put in, you're going to be receiving. So take that as you've been doing. So if you have been doing the work, obviously it's coming back positively. If you have not been doing the work, you're going to get another lesson that allows you to reestablish boundaries and reestablish a part of you that needs to be learned. A lot of you are pouring out your emotions through communication. Somebody may come in and pour out emotions through communication, and this is bringing in a sense of balance. This actually connected to number 1 when it comes to changing a new direction. You may actually decide to release your emotions in a different way that you normally do. So maybe you do it in writing, and you choose to keep that to yourself. So maybe you write out who's been the key to this, who's been the trigger point to these emotions. I don't blame other people for my emotions, so I don't expect you guys to as well. But this is a beautiful thing to receive is balance. The beautiful thing to receive is peace, tranquility, a moment to yourself. That is your gift. And then the decisions that you make following your intuition, following your heart, are victorious. So that is what you're receiving. There's also 6 of Wands is a yes. So if you had a question. So before you make decisions, I want you guys, so talk about peace. Here's a 4 of Wands, no 4 Wands, 4 Swords. Take the time to meditate, go within. If you're affiliated with anything, as far as any religion or anything, that's up to you. You can pray. gain some clarity before you make an informed decision. Go into meditation, talk to go within yourself, see what you truly want, and then make that decision. And that's how this decision becomes successful, is by going within and knowing what you want. Some of you have been recently hurt, and you probably were trying to give this person a chance. You're trying to see if you deserve to give this person a chance. So this goes back an example, marriage. And you're really now contemplating, do I want to go through this again? And this is where you need to sit, meditate, contemplate with yourself, gain some clarity, because you have some swords. You have the Ace of Swords here. Okay, and there'll be forward movement. And it's beautiful, as long as you choose within yourself. All right, so let's go ahead. Number 2, any advice for 2? Unlikely, and I want one more. So, okay. Meditation will bring you answers, so I don't really need to speak on this. Obviously, I just said it about a few times already. If you have doubts, it's unlikely that's what's going on. Okay? That's what I got from this. It's unlikely that it's going on. And you'll find a peaceful solution to this. I feel like some of you have been bogging yourselves with hundreds of questions of the same thing and confuse the shit out of yourself. Excuse my language, but that's how it's coming out. And right now is not the time to make that informed decision. You'll know when the time is to make that decision, and that time would be when you've gone into meditation. Really get comfortable with the decision you've made with your heart, and that's the time. Right now, you're all in your head, you're all in your heart, your emotion, you're all in your emotions, not really within your heart. You're within your emotions. You will be probably in a rational state at this time to make a decision, so do not get into that meditative state. All right, there goes number 2. Let's get number 3. This is a longer video than I thought. But you know what? You get more information this way. And I'm going to keep number 3. Perfect. Oh. All right. Oh, a very tough. This is what you'll be receiving. Clarity on that. Ooh, I do like that. Oh, did I say clarity earlier? And that's the bottom of the deck. That's funny. Okay, perfect. All right, the first cards that popped out was 8 of Wands, followed by the 9 of Wands, followed by the 10 of Swords. There's definitely endings. So all through these pick a cards, there is an ending of a thought process. There we go. There's an ending of a thought process of doubt, depression. There's an ending of separation also. It is a union of thoughts, togetherness, of family, forgiveness. There we go. Forgiveness, that's the word. There's a sense of forgiveness with that 10 of Swords. A lot of people see it as betrayal, but the internet comes off as a sense of it's peace. Peace and forgiveness. And it's been a long, trying journey with this one. You have the 9 of Wands. And it's been a long journey. I feel like it was a step-by-step process you needed in order to move forward. Perhaps you were isolated for some time. You were in hermit mode for some time. Maybe you were single for a while. Maybe you were separated from a husband or a relationship for a while, or a wife. And it was to gain a new perspective, gain knowledge, and get wisdom, and sort out the details within yourself that do not serve you. And when you went inside and you took a look inside what you really want, which is why the hermit always looks at the star, what do I really want? You've gained this and you've set that moment, you know what, I want this. That's what I want. And what happens is you send movement. You have 2 movement cards, by the way. You have the Chariot here with the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands could be communication coming in right after you make those decisions. But I also see it as movement. So once you've made a decision and you're aiming towards it, you propel yourself forward. And this starts a new chapter in your life. And what is this chapter? I wonder, what do they receive once they've really made this decision within themselves? You're telling me the story, but I want to know. Ooh, I like that. I like this. Okay. When I ask what you receive the Magician. You receive whatever you manifest. That's a good one. That is the most powerful energy that you will have. Everyone has this. But once you know you're in that Magician energy, where you can manifest anything like that, that's a very powerful energy you can have. And for some of you, manifest relationships. You manifest new concepts to things. So, so if you're like evolving in a spiritual basis or religious basis, there you go. Some of you manifest a message. Some of you manifest clarity. Some of you manifest grounding. Some of you manifest action in a relationship or a job. So this could be anything you choose to. So as long as you do it wisely. Having the Magician in power in your hand, having the Magician's energy is very powerful, but it requires a lot of high frequency, because you can be low frequency with the Magician. This is a warning to you guys. When you get the Magician's energy, you can transmute bad. You can also manifest good, and you set the intentions to always manifest. Let's say you manifest good intentions, but understand that if you're ever in a low frequency, you will manifest that. But the beautiful part is once you go through all of this, and I don't really see that for quite a bit of you. I see you guys having the Magician's energy as your gift, and it's a positive thing, and you manifest the work that you put in, the seeds that have grown, you're now reaping the rewards. That's what you manifest. And I think that's very beautiful. As for some of you, you manifest the ability to walk away from things that don't serve you. That's excellent. So that is your gift. You're receiving the Magician's power. Absolutely beautiful. All right, for number 3. Let's get one more. All right. So, any question that you might have had, the answer is yes. In a state of balance, when you ask this question in a state of balance, I want to make sure you're not irrational, not over emotional, you're not angry, you're choosing it in a place of peace. The answer is yes. You're asking in a place of peace. And once you're in that savage, take action. So there's movement right after you've had all this enlightenment, epiphany, gain of knowledge, wisdom, and decided what you truly want. And your reward is having the Magician's power to take this action and manifesting whatever you desire. That's an awesome, awesome gift to have. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.